Hello and welcome to Odense, the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen, and for the 8th consecutive year, the host city for the YONEX Denmark Open. Event number 9 on the 12 tournament MetLife BWF World Superseries. Not only the 9th event, but also one of the 5 premier events, an even higher tier of tournament within the Super Series, and that ensures that we have virtually all the world's top players here, and that's reflected in the lineup for today's finals. As you can see, we're starting with women's doubles, and this year's Asian Games silver medalists from Japan up against the World Championship silver medalists from China. And then we've got mixed doubles and a repeat of the 2013 World Championship final. CHN and Ma Jin, winners of this title in 2012. They're up against Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir, who are today appearing in their 3rd consecutive Denmark Open final, but looking for their first title here. Then women's singles and a repeat of the Asian Games final. Li Shuirui, the Olympic champion, in her 10th final in 10 consecutive tournaments. She's up against Wang Han, who hasn't lost a final in 23 months. That's 9 consecutive titles. Then men's singles and Sung Won Ho, trying to become the first Korean to win the men's singles here at the Denmark Open. He's up against Chen Long, the defending champion and now world champion. And then the last of our finals is men's doubles. The world number ones and defending champions from Korea, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Yong-sung, up against a pair who, between them, the two players have won 32 Super Series titles. But today, they're appearing in their first Super Series tournament as a pair. Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nang, of course, both Olympic champions. So what a lineup we've got for today. We're going to start with the women's doubles, and as you can see, the Destination Dubai ranking list. This is just Super Series tournaments that are taken into account. And of course, with Matsutomo and Takahashi in today's final, they will consolidate their place as world number 1 in the Destination Dubai list. In fact, the top 5 remain unchanged after Denmark Open. Ma Jin and Tang Yuan-ting will go up 1 place to number 6, as indeed will Jang Ye-na and Kim So-young. And that, of course, means that Jung and Kim from Korea will go down 2 places. The Indonesian pair there at number 10, well, they haven't played here in Denmark, so they will slip out of that top 10 ranking. So there'll be some movement in the women's doubles, but as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, playing all the Super Series tournaments so far, and that is very good support of the elite tier of tournaments within World Badminton. Well, I'm Jill Clark, and I'm delighted to say I'm sitting next to 8-time winner of this Denmark Open men's singles title, Morten Frost, former world number 1. It's a good lineup today for today's final, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely perfect, and it's wonderful. It's really great to be here in Denmark, having such a good tournament and such good finals. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, I concur. So the Japanese pair first on to court, followed by the former world champions, the former winners of the Denmark Open title, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. I find it quite difficult to say that they're not current world champions and world number 1s, because they've been so outstanding since they formed their partnership. They've had a bit of a wobble this year, though. This is only their 2nd Super Series tournament of 2014. Their only previous one, the All England, they won.
They won it, and that's the reason why they're not on Destination Dubai.
Exactly. Now, yes. On the left there, we have the Minister of Culture and Sports, Mariana Jeveld, and on the right, Niels Nygaard, who's from the IOC, European section of the IOC, and I'm sure that they will be interested in today's finals, and I suspect, especially with the European Games, first ever European Games next year, which I'm sure has been, the IOC have been involved in Baku in Azerbaijan, that they will be looking forward to how the world of sport is developing. Well, here is the draw for the women's doubles. And as you can see at semi-final stage, there was 2 Japanese pairs battling it out in the bottom half of the draw, 2 Chinese pairs battling it out. In fact, in quarter-final stage, all 8 seeds progressed through to that quarter-final. This is the only discipline here at the Denmark Open where that happened, all seeds getting through to quarter-final stage. But 4 Chinese pairs in quarter-finals, really an indication of the strength in depth of China in this discipline. Well, as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, number 3 seeds today appearing in their 7th Super Series tournament final. Matsutomo on the right as we look at them, 22 years of age. Ayaka Takahashi from Nara in Japan. She's a couple of years older. Their win-loss record for the year, well, it's pretty impressive because they've won 2 titles from 5 appearances in finals in just 11 tournaments played, so that's pretty impressive. So too has their route through to today's final. Had to beat seeds in both the quarter-final and the semi-final. 7 seeds in the quarter-final stage, the Koreans, and the semi-final against their teammates, Kakiwa and Maeda. That 1 hour and 3 minutes for 21-18, 21-12 just gives an indication of how long some of those rallies were, as you saw, pushed the full distance in their second round encounter against Jung Kyung-ung and Kim Ha-na. So to the Chinese combination, number 8 seeds dropped down to number 7 in the world ranking. Former world number 1s, of course, in fact, spent 147 weeks as world number 1s. Their Super Series ranking, their destination, Dubai, way down at 29. As I say, that's because they've only played 1 Super Series tournament prior to this. But they did win the Denmark Open back in 2011, withdrew when they were the number 1 seeds in 2012, and last year, as number 1 seeds in the quarter-final, they gave a walkover to their teammates who then went on to take the title. Well, like their opponents, it's been the last couple of matches that have been the real testers. In the quarter-final, they had to beat the number 2 seeds, Christina Peterson and Camilla Rutiul. Went the full distance there, as indeed they did against their own teammates, the number 5 seeds Ma Jin and Tang Quan-ting. So this will be the 3rd meeting between the 2 pairs, and the Chinese combination have won the 2 previous, and as you can see, the last meeting was very comfortable indeed. That was in the group stage of those Super Series finals 2 years ago. Now, Morton, I find it absolutely extraordinary that, as we look at our court officials, that 2 pairs that's been so dominant and so successful in world badminton have not played each other for 2 years.
You're right. You're right, but it also obviously comes down to the Chinese combination here haven't played that much in 2014. But we're looking forward to a very good match here, and we probably will see a very attacking Chinese combination and a more defensive Japanese combination. But let's see, because we have recently seen that the Japanese combination has started to attack some more, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Ayaka Takahashi, Misaki Matsutomo, Japan. And on my left, Wang Xiaoli, Yu Yang, China. Yu Yang to serve to Ayaka Takahashi. Love all. Play.
So the former champions, number 8 seeds, Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli, getting our first final underway here at the YONEX Denmark Open.
Service over. 1 love.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very good.
That was really good play by Takahashi.
2-love.
Not only the reaction and how well she placed it. But Jill, either you're standing to be corrected or it's me. I actually think that Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli played in Chinese Taipei. And they lost the final to Gracia Pauli and her partner from Indonesia.
Maswari.
Yes.
They did indeed.
So they played the All England and they played the Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, but that's not a Super Series tournament.
No, it's not a Super Series, but they've played. And obviously it's points towards the ranking, but it's not points towards destination Dubai.
Yeah.
But it just shows that that the Chinese combination is not as strong as it used to be, and other pairs are really creeping up on them.
It's interesting that you mention this because, I mean, I looked at the results from the recent Asian Games, and Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang were the number 5 seeds. They lost in the round of last 16 to Vivian Hu and Woon Ki Wei
From Malaysia.
who went on to take the bronze medal.
Yeah.
And for a pair that were world number 1s for so long, to this is going to sound wrong because the Malaysian pair are a very fine pair, but I understand they're possibly being split up now.
Yes, I've seen that too.
Yeah, an experiment to see whether they can form better pairs. You know, I look at Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, first year of the premier events, they won the Grand Slam. They won all 5 premier events. They were almost unbeatable. In fact, going into the Olympic Games, since forming their partnership, they've played 21 individual tournaments, 19 finals from 21 tournaments, 15 titles.
That's not bad.
So, I mean, something has happened, and I don't know what it is. I know there's been injury problems for Yu Yang especially. I mean, she's not as young as she was. She's now 28 years of age. Her partner's 25. But it's almost like there's a crisis in confidence.
I think so too. And I think everyone is speculating into whether, there will be change of partnerships and all that. And we have talked about it as well previously on air. And, we've been looking at Wang Xiaoli playing with
Zhao Yunlei.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We have a favourite combination there. Maybe they're going to pull that card eventually before the Olympic qualification, but who knows?
2-5.
Good attack by Wang Xiaoli here. The smash straight down the line, but the good thing about it was the placement. It was very much towards the sideline and not to the body. As you see, very difficult to control here.
3-5.
Yes, I think that Wang Xiaoli, in my opinion, is perhaps underestimated a little bit in world badminton. That sounds bizarre when she and her partner were world number 1s for so long. There's a service fault called.
I liked when you said 147 weeks. I like that one. It wasn't days we were talking about.
Weeks, exactly. Yeah, I agree. There we go. They've been sharp, the service judges.
Yeah, a lot of focus on the serve in this tournament, which I think is great.
Yeah.
We desperately need it. And when I say we, obviously the game of badminton.
Yeah. I just came back to my point about Wang Xiaoli. You know, I think that she can be so creative and open up opportunities. Now that came back in. That was a bit of a drift there. We talked about the drift yesterday, didn't we?
It was definitely going up, but the drift kept it in.
Yeah. But I think we automatically, as badminton fans, focus on the achievements of Yu Yang because she won 3 consecutive World Championship women's doubles gold medals, the first with Du Jing, and then 2 with her partner of today. And of course, she was Olympic champion in the women's doubles as well. But, you know, when I look at them as individual players, I actually feel that Wang Xiaoli has got more about her game and more possibilities to be creative than her opponent. Sometimes, because of that creativity, she makes more mistakes, but the racket skills, I think...
The potential is there.
Yeah.
Again, tough to talk about potential when you're 147 weeks as world number 1. But that's another matter.
And that's only in this partnership. They were both world number 1s with previous partners. So they're not too bad.
No, not too shabby.
Oh dear, that was a shocking serve. Now, that attempted interception from Ayaka Takahashi. Well, she may have missed it, but that's the sort of shot that I like to see them trying to intercept and trying to make a difference from the front of the court. So into the lead for the first time, former champions. Good judgment.
8-6.
8 of the last 9 points to the Chinese pair. Oh, well, I criticised her serve just 2 serves ago. That was just about a perfect one.
Yeah. Touched the net.
Beautiful.
Very slightly.
Set is over.
Going a little bit back to what we discussed earlier. When I saw them play the Chinese, when I saw them play in Taipei,
Yeah.
it was actually Wang Xiaoli that really played well, but Yu Yang was a little bit off, and the 2 Indonesians, they were doing really well and exploiting that situation very nicely and put a lot of pressure on Yu Yang. And I think if you can talk about a weakness in the partnership, that's possibly where the Japanese are going to try to set in and see if they can add some pressure.
It's interesting because I've thought for some time actually that Yu Yang has some issues with her stamina, and going back a couple of years she was far more aggressive in her style of play, and I think she's gone a little bit passive, certainly from the back of the court, and I think that is being exploited by pairs now.
It is, because what happens is that she starts taking chances, and that means that she more often make mistakes.
Yeah.
So if you can apply the pressure and have the patience to play, she will eventually make a mistake.
Well, the advantage is 3 points for the Chinese combination here at the mid-game interval.
主要是还是这个头顶区这一块正手这边攻完之后，他们两边拉，主要是头顶这一
Is that
这个区域
Liu
能
Yong,
之后，其他的
the
位置
coach
都
there?
Yes, I think it is.
都能保护啊。对，
Former world mixed doubles champion,
后
of
半区
course,
把后
Liu
注
Yong.
意啊，注意一下，
The title
有可
with
能
the
要把
Fei
你
in
的
Glasgow,
精力集中一下啊。
1997.
1997, yes. But it's a good recovery by Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli here.
11-8.
5-0 down and then 11-8 up at the interval.
Yeah.
That's a very good comeback.
Service over called.
This fault called
Service
again.
over. 9.
Above the waist, says Heidi Marot of Denmark, the service judge. Well, we should point out that the waist is defined in badminton as below the lowest rib, which I think is very difficult to really judge exactly where that is on a player.
Service over.
But you and I have discussed endlessly, you know, the waist seems to be getting higher and higher and higher, and it has been good that the court officials, yeah, that's clearly long,
Yeah.
have been picking up on it.
Definitely. Some instances I feel that the waist is defined just about, you know, the ears.
Service over. 10-12.
Yeah, that's good.
Service over. 13.
That's a good change. And the way she got it all the way across to the forehand side. Look at that, to the forehand side there. That's good placement.
Fourteen, 10.
Oh, it's going wide. Thought that was very nice rotational play by the Chinese combination.
15, 10.
Yeah, you see Yu Yang coming forward on this one here. And then forward once again, starting from the back.
We were talking earlier in the week, weren't we, Morten, about the movement of women's doubles players off the shuttle, especially at the front of the court.
Yeah,
And
they have to be a lot more active.
yeah. And I think Yu Yang actually is very good with her movement off the shuttle and positioning.
She is. When she's active and she's keen, as what we see here today, she's playing really well. And this is a nice block.
Oh, that was double hit, wasn't it?
Close.
On the return of serve.
Yeah, but she didn't win it anyway.
Yeah.
17, 10.
But yes, it's very, very close.
Oof.
It was because the serve was hitting the tape as well.
Yeah.
So it really unsettled the situation.
Service over. (11-17). 17.
So you so often ask me, okay, what would you do now? Now I'm asking you, if you were the Japanese, what kind of tactic would you apply now?
I was just about to say I'd throw in a couple of flick serves.
And so it happened. I'm listening to you.
Service over.
Well, I don't have your tactical awareness, Morton, but I think I would definitely try and disturb the Chinese combination. They seem very set in their rhythm at the moment, and their preferred formation, which is Yu Yang going forward to the net. Here we are in exact that formation.
That's it.
You've got to split them up from that. You've somehow got to push Yu Yang to the back of the court and get them out of their favoured formation.
Yeah, I agree with you that I think they should isolate Yu Yang as much as possible and see if they can play like half court against half court. If they can do that, that will take the edge out of the Chinese combination here. But one thing is saying it, another thing is doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, now that's a nice idea. I know it didn't work, but that is precisely make Yu Yang work a little bit more, bring her forward, push her back, vary the pace.
Have to move her.
For game point opportunities for Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang.
And it's critical for the Japanese that Takahashi is picking up her game. I think she's the more creative of the two. The one hitting here, the smash. And she's got to be, picking up her game because she's made a few mistakes, and she's the one that's normally dictating how the Japanese are playing.
Not one single drop shot yet. All smashes from the Japanese pair.
And giving opportunities like that to Wang Xiaoli with that very constructive defensive shot here. I know it went in the net, but I'm telling you, it would have been devastating, that one.
Going wide. Yeah, so the opening game to the former champions, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang.
Wang Xiaoli, Yu Yang, 21-14.
21-14, says Jakob Simberg, our umpire. 20 minutes of play for that opening game. Coming back after a slightly wobbly start, Chinese pair, love 5 adrift.
然后于洋，你注意在正手位进攻的时候，攻支线你自己跟，攻小对角和中路全部理轮，所以你就可以往后面稍微撤一点啊，因为他攻支线他就自己跟，然后他攻对角或者攻中路，他们肯定是摆对角线，你这正好可以撤出来啊，就对。
Yu
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So we'll see whether the Japanese players have been instructed by their coach to really pressurise Yu Yang, which is certainly what Morten Frost and myself think might be advantageous to them.
They have to remember the drift. There's a little drift. It's not a lot sideways. It's going from right to left. That's also going out.
Yeah. Well, we spoke right at the beginning, didn't we, Morten, about perhaps a crisis in confidence with the Chinese pair. That lack of confidence, if we're right, that they have been dented a little bit as far as their confidence is concerned, will only be tested if you manage to keep the score tight.
Yes.
You know, at the moment, they're just building their confidence the whole time.
I couldn't agree with you more. You really have to go in and square it.
Yeah.
And make sure the pressure is on.
Service over. 1-3.
Tell you what I like about this Chinese pair, Morten, is, you know, women's doubles has got a bit of a bad reputation in comparison to the other disciplines in badminton, because we see so many long rallies and, you know, but what I like about the Chinese pair is that when they defend, they're looking to be adventurous. They're looking to turn their defence into attacking play. Look at that and that. You know, whereas sometimes with the Japanese, it's just a lift.
Like this.
Yeah. And I think all the other pairs in world badminton need to look at the top two Chinese pairs, the two pairs that contested the World Championship final just over a month ago. Because whilst they are solid in their defence, they want to try and attack. And therefore, when they're forced to defend, they're looking to turn that around. Look at those defensive shots. I know they lost that rally, but driving
but
it back.
It works 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
I totally agree. You have to play a lot more constructive defensive shot in order to turn the events.
Yeah. Oh, indecision. Now this is where I don't think Yu Yang is as good as she used to be. You see, she's content now just to clear. She used to be far more aggressive from the back of the court.
Oh, that's a beautiful
lovely.
One. Yeah, that was Takahashi again.
What a rally.
Yeah, it actually works to the advantage of the Japanese, I think.
Yeah, it's gone long.
This is what they want.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that this is what they want, to keep their opponents on court for as long as possible and take the edge off the attack and pace and so on, and then suddenly start playing these long rallies.
Yu Yang.
That's nice.
Service over.
You see Yu Yang there, a couple of smashes. Ended up almost in the side's attack position, didn't they?
Yeah. At the first line.
Yu Yang trying to take a little extra time there, and umpire Jakob Sindberg is not having any of it. Very alert to any potential time wasting.
Service
Well,
over.
she's lost confidence on that serve now, hasn't she? It was 2 fault serves she was called for in that opening game, or was it 3?
I can't remember, but it was
Certainly
at least
2.
more than 1.
Yeah. Lovely play.
Service over.
Yeah, well spotted by Yu Yang.
5.
Look at the commitment for the forehand defense of
Okay.
Matsutomo, and then play to the backhand. It's well spotted.
Now you see, the thing is that already, here we are, we're 28 minutes into the match, and there's definite signs to me that Yu Yang is already a little tired.
Yep, I think you're right.
5.
But can that be exploited? That's the thing.
Yep, and that's why the long rallies for Takahashi and Matsutomo is so important now. They have to keep their opponents on court for as long as possible, and that means that Yu Yang will start taking chances.
Oh my goodness. It was the right idea.
It was.
5. All. Service over. 6. 5.
It's a clever
7,
serve.
5.
Instead of serving to the tee, probably aiming towards the right shoulder there of Takahashi. Well, I know it wasn't the best of lifts and it was short, but my goodness me, she has got a powerful smash, hasn't she? Wang Xiaoli, take that.
That's good. That's really nice to see in women's doubles. That flat exchange, no one was giving up and lifting it or anything. They really tried to win it. That's good.
It's okay.
Just sense that the next 3 or 4 rallies could be absolutely crucial.
It is. It was 8-5 for Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, and I sensed and felt that 9-5, 10-5, that would be it. So it's very crucial now for Matsutomo and Takahashi to really close that gap as what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Those 3 points. It's been vital for the Japanese. Good smash. Very good smash.
9-8.
And once again, I like it a lot. Not only is the power, it's the placement, but it's the angle. You know, they play with more angles, not just trying to hit as hard as they can straight at the opponent. They're really, really trying to find the angles. And that's good.
Yeah.
And that's why they've been so outstanding in women's doubles for years.
Yeah. Yeah, they formed their partnership after playing against each other in the final of the 2010 World Championships in Paris. So it was quite obvious when you put a gold and a silver medalist together, they had potential. But we didn't realise how much potential, my goodness. They were almost unbeatable for about 18 months after forming their partnership.
Service over. 9-10.
Look at that shot from Wang Xiaoli.
Service over. 11-9.
Well,
It's
2 points the advantage for Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang.
于洋也是这个进攻路线很好，边线和中路结合起来打，他们就很难受。对，他们在这个地方净身球都比较好啊。然后在对抽当中结合点中路，不要两边抽，他们两边都站着的。要对抽的话，打中路啊。不错啊，加油啊！多换球，多换球，新球对你们是有利的啊。对。好，加油啊！多换球啊！
Well, for the Japanese pair, this their 7th Super Series tournament final. But they won their first Super Series title in their 5th final, which of course was the Japan Super Series earlier this year. And Morton, I think the time has come, in all honesty, for the top 2 Japanese pairs to say, look, okay, we're getting through to finals, but we're falling 1 hurdle short. What have we got to do to turn this so that, you know, because their record in finals is not good. You know, they've got to say to themselves, do we want to make that final step from being, you know, regular finalists to being regular champions?
Yeah, I agree with you. That always has to be the question in mind, whether you're the coach or the player.
Yeah.
Is always looking to how to improve. And, you know, in all honesty, we don't know if they are actually thinking that.
Yeah.
And they are working on it. But whether they have the ability to change anything is another matter.
Of course, there's another thing in the mix, isn't there? Because the Olympic qualifying period is going to start next May.
Yes.
And in all honesty, if you tried to change the fundamental style of this Japanese pair...
It's got to be now.
Well, it's got to be now, but there's quite often a step backwards before you can take 2 or 3 forward. And having the courage right now only a few months away from the start of the Olympic qualifying period, to take that step backwards, that takes courage. But this is where you've got to decide, what do we ultimately want? Do we want to be challenging for the gold medal, or are we quite happy to medal?
Yes. Yep, I totally agree. Absolutely. And I would take one step back.
Yeah, to take 3 or 4 forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, my goodness, she's got it back. That could change the momentum of the match.
It could. It could. It might, but I don't think so.
13.
Somehow I think it's getting a little bit too late. I think the Chinese players, they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's nice. Well played for Matsutomo here. Finding that midcourt area so
11,
nicely.
13.
Creating that small hesitation between the two.
Oh, what a return. It's,
as we normally say, it's like top spin.
yeah. Somehow sort of, look at that.
14, 11.
Just sort of chopped underneath it. Brilliant. Oh, it's landed in.
There's in there.
But that was clever. That's what they should be doing
12,
against Yu Yang.
14.
Yep.
Mm.
13, 14.
Good defense. That's well long.
Service over.
Same principle applied.
15,
The
13.
idea was good, but it was just too long.
Service over. 14, 15.
Good attack by the Chinese combination here. Really nice attack on many occasions. They fully deserve to win this one.
16-14.
Out. Yeah, she has her opportunities from the front of the court.
17,
Did not manage to get it down. Well defended by China. And then a little bit of a desperate smash here.
I was very much focused in Morton in that last rally to the difference, and especially from this lady, Wang Xiaoli, with her variation in angles and attacking play in comparison to the Japanese players.
Yeah,
Every single one was
yeah.
was played with disguise, different angle, different pace,
14.
different trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good little spell once again by the Chinese pair.
18-14.
Good follow-up.
Yeah. And with that, they've opened up a 4-point cushion.
Nineteen, 14.
Two points away from their second title here at the Denmark Open. Yeah, now just the 1 point required, and suddenly,
20, match point.
what was it, 14-13, and we
It
thought
was,
this
and
could be
15-14, I think.
yeah. So 5 straight points and 6 match point opportunities.
Surely Matsutomo and Takahashi, they must go home and think, okay, what happened here? Have it on videos and, you know, studying it and say, okay, why did we not win this one?
Yeah.
And it will be very obvious to them that the attack and the commitment from the Chinese combination here is just so much greater.
Yeah. So symmetry in the scoreline. 21-14, 21-14, and a second title for Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. 46 minutes needed to secure their second title, adding to the one that they won 3 years ago in 2011. They beat the now Olympic champions in that final 3 years ago.
Match won by Wang Xiaoli, Yu Yang, 21-14, 21-14.
Well, here's an odd statistic, even though this is their third appearance here, only their second title. They've never actually been beaten in the Denmark Open because their quarter-final loss last year was a walkover they gave.
Walkover they gave, yes.
Yeah. But in all honesty, Morton, they thoroughly deserved their victory today. They're far more creative in their attacking play, far more positive in defensive play. And in all honesty, I mean, we've had some comments earlier on. There's confirmation of the score, 46 minutes, 21-14, 21-14, about women's doubles not being exciting. The way they play,
They make it.
It's great to watch.
It is. Well deserved. Good badminton.
Well, of course, the prize presentation for the women's doubles will be coming up very shortly. And undoubtedly, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang will shoot up from 29 in the destination Dubai list, but I don't think they will get into the top 10 yet. But they are due to play next week, I think, in Paris. So
Paris, okay, so chances are.
Yep.
Please welcome the YONEX Denmark Open 2014 medalists. Runner-up from Japan, Misaki Matsutomo, Ayaka Takahashi. And the winners of the YONEX Denmark Open 2014 in women's doubles with 21-14, 21-14 from China, Wang and Wang.
The champions once again, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang of China. Their 21st Super Series title. Mr. Ben Yoniyama from our title sponsors, YONEX, here at the Denmark Open. It's always so nice to see the presentation party, the costumes that the trophy bearers bring on in the costumes of Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales. Of course, the city of Odense, the birthplace of the famous author Hans Christian Andersen.
And here we have the Minister of Sports and Culture from Denmark, Marianne Javo, who is handing over the prizes as well. It's very nice to have the Minister here. I think that's a very nice touch. And just another sign of how big the sport is in Denmark.
Absolutely. So a 7th Super Series final for the Japanese pair, and a 6th time they've had to settle for second best. Suzanne Crawley Larsen from Odense City Council. The flowers, the checks, the trophies, the medals.
They can't have it all, can they? You know, they're sort of balancing it.
Yeah.
Takes skills.
Well, a second title of the year for Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang in their 4th final, and the crowd appreciating their good play and their achievements. That's rather nice, isn't it? Is that a teammate or is that the team coach taking a picture there?
I think it's a teammate. Oh, no, it was the coach.
It was the coach.
It was the coach.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Kai Nakajima,
Yes.
coach Yeah. You probably played against him, didn't you?
I think I did, yes.
Yeah, wonderful left-hander he was.
Very tricky.
Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, congratulations with your victory today. What do you think about your performance?
首先恭喜你们赢得比赛，你们觉得今天发挥的怎么样？你说 ，My partner。
我觉得今天整体来讲发挥的还是不错吧，因为首先我觉得比较开心的是第2次拿到丹麦顶级赛的冠军。我觉得其实丹麦对我来讲是一个很童话的地方，所以我在这边也第2次拿到冠军，我很开心。
I think I did a great match today. Actually, it's the second time that we've won Denmark Open, so I'm very happy. Yeah.
And you have won a lot of titles. How is it to win Denmark Open? Of course, you're happy, but how is it?
你们之前已经赢得很多个冠军头衔了，那这次赢得丹麦公开赛有什么特别的吗？
特别的就是我每次跟搭档来到丹麦比赛都非常非常开心。因为这里的不只是场馆布置的很有比赛的感觉，而且这里丹麦的所有的球迷的看球的懂球的球迷非常多，然后也一直在为我们，不管是中国也好，还是别的国家也好，一直在为我们场上的球员加油，所以我们比赛打得很开心，谢谢他们。
I'm very glad. Each time we come to Denmark, it's like we have this special feeling because the arena, the hall is very beautiful. It kind of gives an atmosphere of competing, and the audience they cheer up for us. Yeah, and it feels very good.
这是我们最喜欢的比赛场地之一。
Denmark is one of our favorite spots to play.
感谢观众嘛。
Yeah, and thank you, all the audience.
And thank you.
How very nicely said by our champions, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. So the first of our 5 finals completed, and a victory to the Chinese pair. And of course China are involved in all finals this afternoon. Of course the women's singles is an all-Chinese affair. Mixed doubles will be next, and if the mixed doubles is half as good as the World Championship final between these two pairs last year in Guangzhou, we're in for a thriller. Of course, men's singles, Son Wan-ho is trying to create history. Never has a man from Korea won the men's singles title here in Denmark. He's up against the defending champion and now world champion Chen Long, so it's a tall order. But quite frankly, after his victory over Chen Long in the final